Right. Hello, and welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Corey Abernathy here with the Base Channel, standing for Be and Stay Encouraged. And here at this channel, we are, you know, the goal is to provide a space for sharing, our faith, sharing our experiences and what we've learned from those experiences, in hopes that the viewers, can gain something from it, grow from it, and you know, apply it. Find and learn a practical way to apply the what you're learning to your daily lives to so that it can benefit you. So anyway, so yeah. Now today we are talking about a touchy subject. So I am a single man, early 40s, and the dating world is tricky, and a lot of times, you know, people can be in a rush to get married without truly, thinking things through, without truly, paying adequate attention to red flags or just to things that are important in having a successful relationships. One of those things is just seeing, recognizing red flags, recognizing if you communicate well, recognizing if someone is patient, understanding, forgiving, values great communication. All of these things are important and should be taken into consideration when you're searching and seeking for a life partner. And so I just wanted to bring a little bit of information or light to this topic, because I know this is something that a lot of people deal with, and it's a struggle for a lot of people. So yeah. Now, the main first thing I want to talk about is just attitudes, and some different traits to look at. So I'm always going to bring it back to my faith, in anything that I do, because I have to, if I want to know, how to handle different things, the instructions are all in the Bible. you know, how I handle, dating, how I handle marriage, how I handle treating other people. What are the most important things to focus on? How I, treat my kids, how I raise my kids, my role in raising my kids. So, all of that is, can be found in the scripture. So, I just wanted to show something here. Now, there is let me take a look here. Is this it? There we go. Okay. So this is an article, and this is by Wedding Wire, and it talks about getting married in the different ages, and getting married young, and the uh, things to look for, I guess. If you're young and considering getting married, these are the things that you should be considering. So let me go here. Okay, so in this, I thought this was interesting. So we got in your 30s. So it talks about, so for many people, the 30s are a super special decade. Okay. You're past some of the insecurities you had in your 20s. You've narrowed down your friends to the best ones. Your career is likely in a much stronger place, and you're happier and more self sufficient. And most importantly, I think is this. Um, in your 30s, Dr. Thomas says those who decide to wed in their 30s benefit from emotional maturity. So this I think is major. So when we're dating, a lot of times, we can revert back to being, childish, at times when we don't get our way or when we're arguing and we want to prove a point. We can act like children. Is there anyone that can relate to that? I can. I've been there. I've been there in relationships. I've been that childish person. I've been that. Well, if she ain't gonna do this, then why should I? If she gonna do this, then why should I? If she's not gonna do that, then why should I? Those are very childish things to say. Very childish. So, um, emotional maturity is crucial. And it is something that you can develop. Of course, it has to start somewhere. But someone that is, you know, not mindful of the maturity and their tendency to be immature at times, I don't think would be a good partner or candidate, for, a life partner. And now, speaking of, now, there are a few different things in the scriptures. Well, there's a Proverbs talks about um, six things God hates and seven he finds abominable. Is that do I have that right? And something like that. You get what I'm saying. There's certain things, um, seven things, yeah, that God hates, and one of those things, guys, is a man who stirs up dissension among brothers. I think this is good because I don't like this, and to me, this means someone who is trying to start problems, trying to put one person against another, trying to through trying to get sympathy from someone about something that they're dealing with. But let me read this here, and this is a script. I don't have this up, but tell me what you think. So it says, I believe we are all born good. I definitely believe that once we are born again, we are given a new spirit, and it is up to us to develop and grow that spirit. Hello. And gain a greater or deeper understanding of the word. See, friends, there is, a lot of us, a lot of times where, a lot of us will, you know, we just won't put the time into seeking and searching and going after a deeper relationship and a deeper understanding of the word. It's all the same. Once you get a deeper understanding of the word, your relationship with God is going to improve. I can guarantee you. But now, so let's keep reading here. So the unwillingness to change the old way of thinking comes from a lack of sensitivity to the word of God. friends. So let me stop there. So if you've got someone that is hard to console, if you got someone that's hard to reason with, okay, if you got someone that is, hard to talk to, and it's hard, to come together and work things out, reason with one another. We have to be mindful of that. So we have to pay attention to that, because this could be a case where that unwillingness to change is from a lack of sensitivity to the word, and which is a byproduct of not being in the word, and trying to better understand the word, which affects our relationship and closeness with our Father, with our Lord. And so it's something to be mindful of. So just that, unwillingness, to do that. And let me keep reading here. So, and us thinking that we have everything figured out, and sometimes listening more so to the world talk about how, you should take pride in yourself and your abilities and be proud or prideful. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Now, how many of us have been guilty of that, one, and also have seen that in others? Sometimes there's these sayings, that we'll listen to, and we will act as, we will treat as gospel. Like, if you're single, the best way to get over, your ex is to get under or in a new relationship with someone else. That's a lie. That's from the pit. If you've ever been told that, do not listen. That is not the best way to get over someone, is by getting into another relationship. Because a lot of times we're getting out of a relationship because there's something there, either, communication or something, or our temperament or something that, needs to, needs attention. And we're neglecting that, just, trying to keep from being lonely or being single, or not being able to say, that we are with someone. Don't fall into that trap. That's a worldly thing. And you're caring too much about what other people are thinking, when your main focus should be on what God is thinking. And he's going to take care, of everything, that you need. He's got it all, under control. And hold on, did I bring that up? Was I in that? I think that was, no, that was judging, but it could have been. So, all right. So we're just gonna keep going here, and now, um, and so yeah, we have to be mindful, and then I wanted to take a look at, some different traits. So sometimes, we can meet someone that may be, good at giving advice, or good at telling you, or recommending, suggesting, things, or to do or to not do, in order, because of its helpfulness or unhelpfulness. However, when it comes to themselves, they could apply the same, information, or same, suggestion or recommendation, but they don't. It's more so what other people, they spot, where other people need work, or where other people fall short, but they don't want to talk about themselves and where they fall short. So, that's a hypocrite that we have to be mindful of, and recognize, when when we're encountering that, and then move cautiously or accordingly. So let's take a look at something real quick. Now, this is signs of hypocrisy, the definition, possible causes, associated behaviors, um, and positive aspects and negative aspects. So we are just going to take a look at the definition real quick, and I think we're pretty good here, but I'll zoom in a bit. So, um, definition of hypocrisy or hypocrite: pretending to be what one isn't, claiming to believe what one doesn't. This one, this one is accurate. Okay. Well, that's a definition. Oh, let's keep going. Artificial dissembling, phony, two-faced. Now, friends, if you've ever dealt with someone that's a hypocrite, that two-facedness exists. So, a lot of times, people are good at venting, and they want to vent, and they want to talk about what other people are doing, and, and sometimes they'll have some negative things to say about the person that they're dealing with or in relationship with. And that'd be a friend, family member, romantic, whatever, coworker, whatever. And then sometimes they will have something to say about them. And, a lot of times they are just venting, but sometimes it can get, kind of ugly, and that can, just not sit well with some. If you care for someone and you're just going through a disagreement and you're venting to someone else, and you really truly love them, you're not going to try to, tear down their character. And a lot of times with hypocrites, you'll see that, because, they want sympathy from what they're going through, or empathy, or what have you. And they, want, they're willing to go to extremes, to get that. So, we just want to, be mindful, of that. And just that two-facedness, if you see signs of hypocrisy, just know that the two-facedness, could be not far behind, or could exist in there too. So, and I just had to point that out because, it's not something that I care too much about. So anyway, possible causes: fear of retribution. So I think we need to pay attention to this too, because, as partners, being one, characteristic of a good partner is the ability to be understanding. And so if you're with someone that you love, and you just know that they're going through certain things, but if they just got some help on those things, if they, just saw someone and was able to work through that, whatever it is that's causing them, to act the way and feel the way that they do, and then that feel the way that they do, and that's causing them to act the way that they do, then they'd be a great person. And so, our job as good partners is to understand when someone is dealing with something, and that is the cause or the root, of whatever it is, issue that they're dealing with, or problem that you're having with them. And either, if it's something that you can get over, if you're in an abusive relationship with someone, and you're like, they're a great person, but they just have a little anger, and it's okay. Other times they're okay. you need to leave that situation, because the abuser is not going to change unless he has or they have good reason to. And oh, well, I hate to get into that, and we'll get into that. I do have experience with that, and and it's something that I have to, if you're, bold enough to do something, you have to be willing to talk about it. You have to be willing to talk about it. But anyway, so I'll get into that in another video. But yeah, guys, we have to be understanding, and also understand that one of the reasons that we go through certain things is, to help us, get through things. And sometimes we make decisions trying to go our own way, do our own thing, and then we learn, and then we pay, and then we gain that wisdom. Most times, or at least the knowledge. The wisdom is the applied knowledge, but you gain at least the knowledge of how to deal with that situation, how either to deal with it or how not to deal with it. So yeah, and some of the things that I've gone through, I'm actually thankful. I'm not proud of everything that I've done, but I'm proud. I am grateful for what I've learned from the mistakes that I've made, and grateful, so grateful of the person that I am now. And so if I had to go through that, and I didn't have to, but if I went through that and I had to go through that, I'm grateful now, only because of who I am now and what I've learned. But okay, so this is getting a little long, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and finish it up. So we're here, okay, and cut this off so we're not too distracting. And okay, so we were at possible causes. So possible causes: a fear of retribution, which is consequence. Wanting to please others. Or okay, so a fear of retribution, wanting to please others, and we can understand that. We can understand how people want to, impress other people, and they want to, please other people, and so they mean well, and they want to be nice, and they mean well, but they don't really mean what they say. They're just saying, what you want to hear, to get you to like them. All right, let's keep going. So being uncertain about exactly what one believes. Yeah, new believers, they don't quite know. They're just saying what they know or what they've heard, and then they're repeating that, and and depending on the results they get from that, it's going to encourage them to continue doing it, or discourage them, to stop doing it. And unreasonable expectations. All right. Come on now. That's a young thing. It's growing up in an overly strict, judgmental environment. People, hold on a second. Now we're getting somewhere, friends. If you have gone or lived in a household that has been strict, and they want you to pay attention to certain things, and they're mainly concerned about the family and the name, and how and the reputation, and they're like, well, you better not be doing this, I better not see you, I better not catch you, and nobody, you better not, I better not hear of you doing certain things. That's more of a, protective sort of thing, but it's teaching the kids, to have that outside right, not don't worry about that inside right now, just that outside need to be right, because of, not wanting to hear what other people have to say. So, anyway, so let's get back to it here. Where we at? Okay. So back in. Overtly judgmental environment. Friends, that is no bueno. We have to have understanding of people that go through that sort of thing because that's gonna mess you up, because if you're being told contradicting things and statements are shown, contradicting behavior, then yeah, that's gonna confuse anyone. So let's keep going. So having a secret to hide, friends, not wanting to mention that I have experienced or that I've been, I've assaulted, I've been the abuser. Dang, I don't want to say that. I hate to say that I have been an abuser. Oh, that's ugly, but it's true. So if it's true, then I have to admit it, no matter when I did it or why I did it. The fact is I did it, and you know, I hate to admit that, but guys, if we are not, if we do not want people to know or know of something bad that we did and want that sort of reputation, friends, we got to think about that before we're doing these things. Or else, we got to be transparent enough to admit and be honest about these things, you know. And I'm not proud of it, no. But I am thankful for where I am right now. If I didn't pay for those consequences, I'm not where I don't believe I'm at where I am right now. And a lot of times you just, guys, we learn from, we need to be careful of, who we are looking up to, who we are listening to, who we are, um, you know, who we are, just looking up to, guys. Sometimes we just want to be, we see people on TV and whatnot, and we judge in movies, and, we just want to be like them, and it looks so cool, and we just want to be like them, and we are doing ourselves a disservice, friends, trying to do that, and not really, having and looking towards those that we know set good examples, in doing that. Sometimes we think it's boring. Sometimes we think it's, no, that's lame, whatever, weird or whatever. No, it's, you don't really see that until you get older. But take my word for it, friends. Take my word. It's the stuff that you're thinking is cool now. When you get 30 and 40, maybe not 30, but 40, in the 30s and 40s, you're going to stop, thinking that stuff is fun and cool, especially if you got kids, because now, you got your kids and, you want them to be a certain way and you don't want them to do certain things. So now you got to set a different example. And so it's going to things are going to hit different. So, okay, let's get back to this. And where are we at? Okay, so having a secret to hide and having poor willpower and self-control. Oh, camera go out. Okay, so, all right, so I know you saw it, just my camera went out, but having poor willpower and self-control. Friends, I've dated a few people, and that willpower. So, I struggle with this too. At times there's certain people that I just kind of give into. You get kind of lonely. You're rekindling. You're talking, and oh, it'd be nice to, maybe hang out. Oh, I need a massage. My shoulder is, you get the best massages. And, wouldn't it be nice to just watch a movie and just, nothing, we're not doing nothing, just relax and, watch a movie and maybe a massage because my shoulder, I was at work and, it was hurting there and you just, oh, yeah, I don't know what it is, but your massages are amazing. you know, we know, friends, that that's code. you know, that's code. No, 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 no. And then you're giving in to that, and then and even if you don't go all the way, you're still getting into those things and doing things. Even if you don't go all the way, you want to. At least one of you wants to. And then you know there could be all types of different feelings going along with that. So it's just best to avoid that. I almost got into I almost fell gave in to that the other day, and I didn't. So I'm proud of how I handled that. And also we got to be thinking about our partners or whoever we're talking to. you know Friends, as men, guys, we have to be better leaders. We have to have more willpower, and not get ourselves in different situations where we know you know it's not going well. It's not going to end well. So anyway, all right. So yeah, let's keep going here. Having poor power and self control. Okay. And all right, let's get out of here and go down a bit. Associated behavior and attitudes. So let's take a look at this. I think this is good. So, associated behaviors and attitudes: saying one thing but doing another. Hypocrisy. Embracing double standards. It's okay for me, but it's not for you. Take this off here. Oh, and okay, expressing support for a cause but participating in activities that are in opposition. And I guess something that comes to mind, maybe abortion. If you say that abortion is wrong, and it's not okay, or if you if you say that abortion is wrong, and then a friend of yours is faced with unexpected pregnancy, unexpected to a certain degree. Well, I mean, it's still not anyway. But you have a friend that you may be against abortion, but you have a friend that has gotten pregnant unexpectedly, and then you're telling her, you're supporting her. You go with her to get the procedure done, or you're in support, or just saying that you're okay with her decision to delete the pregnancy or terminate. So yeah, so lying and dishonesty, judging others. Let me get out of here. Privately running down someone to whom one expresses loyalty to in public. Privately running down someone to whom one expresses loyalty to in public. Okay. Switching beliefs or loyalties when it is in one's best interest to do so. Can I play? Can I hit that thing? Guys, are you kidding? That one I had to take a pause on because that one is big, friends. Switching beliefs or loyalties when it is in one's best interest to do so. Okay, moving on, and switch playing the experience card. I'm the parent, or I know more about this kind of thing. I've been there. I already know that. I already know this. Oh, and I want to make a video on that too. So, that is one thing that I do not like hearing. Somebody telling me, I already know. I've been working, for a long time. I know what it is. What a work environment is. I already know. I've been saving for a long time. Don't tell me how to save. Don't tell me how to invest. I already know. Like my son is. Sometimes he'll say, "Oh, I know. I already know that, Dad. I know." You don't know everything, son. Son, I can guarantee you don't know everything. So don't say that, please. Okay? You know you're my guy, but son, we got to cut that out. All right, let's get back to it. So, playing the experience card, making creative excuses or acting haughty when caught, looking down, haughty eyes, looking down on others, thinking you're better than other people, and then making excuses. Oh, friends. All right. Oh, my goodness. How many times have you dealt with someone that once you bring up something that they've done or something that they've said, then they bring up something, they turn it around and point, point the finger at you, and then we don't get to the root, and we don't get to address that issue. So we can come to some sort of compromise and work together. Communication is everything, and so is the willingness to compromise. So anyway, let's see here. Experience card and creative excuses, preaching forgiveness while holding grudges. Hello. People, is this a thing? Is this something that you deal with, that you're guilty of? Hello, people. Has anyone ever been guilty? Me, I've been guilty, friends. Yes, I want, to forgive. I want people to be forgiven. I think that forgiveness is crucial. Forgiveness is big. We have to have that forgiveness, guys. But sometimes most times it's a lot easier to, suggest than to do. But, but, you know, it happens though, as far as people saying and suggesting that to others and not doing it. Preaching forgiveness while holding grudges, no bueno. And okay, so let's get out of here now. We'll scroll down a bit. Yeah, preaching forgiveness, shifting attention by citing others' shortcomings. Well, you're not sticking to your diet either. Oh, come on now. Lacking conviction in one's beliefs, but being too afraid to admit it. Ooh, friends. Okay, okay. So a lot of these things, friends, if you see it in yourself, you don't want to get defensive. You don't want to, be shameful or condemn yourself. You just change it. These are things that can be changed, but the word has to mean something, though. The word has to mean something to you, in order, for you to take this sort of thing serious. And then you say, okay, I don't want to do these things. And, I can give scripture, on, just the, selfishness, the, selfish ambition, and conceitedness. That's all scripture. But anyway, let's keep going. So, and I did switch it to that, so let's switch it to this. And okay, lacking conviction, allowing peer pressure. This is where we are, allowing peer pressure to overpower one's beliefs. All right, friends. All right, that's a good one. Desiring opposing things and being unable to choose. Ooh, That's good. That's good. Pretending that one's job, health, life is perfect when it's not. Oh, wait. Can we circle this? Can we do that? Hold on. Let's look at the camera. Okay. All right, guys. See, my videos are probably going to be, 30 minutes to an hour long regularly. But I love to talk. So, but I love to help even more. So, um, pretending one's job, health, life is perfect when it's not. Oh, friends. See, I don't even really have enough time to get into this, how I want to. But hypocrisy, that there. A lot of times we don't want to associate this sort of behavior with hypocrisy, but it's there. It fits. It's it's we can't deny it. Um, the association or the relevance. I guess anyway, but yeah. So telling people, your life is amazing. Like social media is big on this. You see all the highlights of people's lives and the highlights of the best pictures and the best angles and the highlights of the best moments and vacations and family, meetings and gatherings or whatever, reunions and whatnot. You know, those are highlights. The pictures that we see on social media are highlights. They're not telling the full story of people's whole life. And sometimes we'll look at their highlights and then we'll look at our and compare that, which is not good, but we'll compare their highlights to our low lights or our current situation, which may not be our end result. Sometimes we're looking at people's results of working, 10 years at a certain thing, going to school, and then working and then, developing something and into, something great. And then we'll look at that and say, oh, I'd love to do something like that, but it takes time. It takes developing that skill. I think Ruslan talked about this, um, you know, all the time, developing that skill, and then, monetizing, that skill once it's developed, but not just jumping out there and just, doing it. But anyway, so, um, so yeah, we have to be careful not to just look at other people's highlights and social media posts and try to compare that and think that they're living a perfect life. And if they're saying that they're living a perfect life, you can guarantee that they're being dishonest, um, because nothing's going to be perfect. Even if you have a whole lot of money and you're a whole lot of fame on top of that, going out in public, your privacy is going to, diminish, more and more. So yeah, um, that one I had to kind of touch on. Hold up, no, I didn't, yeah, no, and I'd have been guilty of that, and I don't want others, to do the same. So let's go back. Okay, so that was, where was that one at? Shifting. Okay, so pretending There it is. That one's life is perfect. And that was there. Okay. And so the next one was shifting attention, citing other shortcomings, forgiveness. No, no. Life, we were actually down here. Taking extreme care to not be caught doing what one shouldn't. Ooh. All right now. All right now, going to extremes to keep your secrets, in other words. All right now, some of you cheaters, the lengths that you go to is ridiculous. But anyway, that's this one. That one is for you. Um, Take an extreme, having an excuse ready just in case. Oh, this beer isn't mine. I'm bringing it to my Uncle Steve. Greed, arrogance. Let's get back in here. Okay. Um, all right, we'll get out of that. And I think you guys can see that pretty good. So, greed, arrogance, self centeredness. Ooh, now that one. All right, now. Arrogance and self centeredness. I think that one is good. Then I gotta take a quick pause here. This is Corey speaking. Okay. So anyway, we'll just take that out. Okay. So arrogance and self-centeredness. I think this one is something we have to look out for, because who wants to be in a relationship with someone that is just arrogant and no sympathy and no understanding, it's hard to reason with them, and they are just all about themselves. I don't care what you said. I don't care that you said this and that you did that, and the reason that you did that. I don't care. You told me this, you said one thing, and you lied to me. You lied to me. you know, without understanding or being able to understand, variances, of just, how, things change, or if, or just the times where we need to be understanding. You don't want to be with a partner that does not have the ability to understand. A lot of times they're going to be arrogant or self-centered, all about themselves, all about, their, you know, and just, thinking of themselves a lot more highly than they ought. It would not be fun. I can guarantee you it wouldn't be fun being in a relationship with someone like that. And okay, so let's keep going here. This thing is getting so long. We're 48 minutes in. Are you kidding me? Okay, so let's move on along here. So arrogance, self-centeredness, being opportunistic. Oh, I thought that said optimistic. No, being opportunistic. We know what that means. Going to great lengths to hide what one is doing, rebuking others for infractions that one is guilty of committing. I think now it's repeating some. Exhibiting signs of lying, fast talking, jittery movements, lack of eye contact. Dang, see, I be, doing my, legs jittery sometimes, and lack of eye contact sometimes. Well, no, anyway, yeah, no. I want to look, straight at you. Sometimes, anyway, but yeah, so, we really have to have our discernment when it comes to different things, and understand, and be willing to be understanding um, for certain things. You know, if someone is being honest, you know, and it just doesn't make sense, friends, I would advise you. I would strongly suggest that you be open to the fact that it just doesn't sound right, but it is true, because you can fall into something there to where you think that you're right, because anytime in the past where that has come up with you, you know, you knew what was going on. And then now you hear something about someone else. Hold on, they're in a, it sounds like a similar situation, and you know how you responded, and then you'll put your response on them and assume, you know, that they're going to do the exact same thing that you did, and then get upset and say, oh, no, 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 someone, anyone in that situation is doing this. You know, I done seen it, or I done been there, you know. So we got to be careful about that. I had to learn that one the hard way. That one I'm giving to you for free. But don't forget that one. So, all right, engaging in affairs, saying that one is Christian. Um, all right, hold on a second. Okay, sorry, this one's a little personal, but let me just read this one here. Saying that one is a Christian, Christ-like follower, yet acting rude, unkind, and judgmental. Friends, if you've dealt with this, and you've seen it in others, you know, sorry, and if you've been this person, it doesn't matter what we've done, friends. It doesn't matter, you know, where we've been, friends. It doesn't matter, you know how fall we've fallen at some point. It doesn't matter. We can always change and start fresh and start new and be different, and take today, start today, you know, renewing our minds and changing, truly changing who we are. And yes, truly changing. So I should put that up here, but the unwillingness to change the old way of thinking comes from lack of sensitivity to the word. Friends, we don't want to be, we don't want to be this sort of person. We we truly don't. We don't want, you know, people to be this way with us, friends. Um, you know, how many of us viewing wants and likes, you know, someone being rude to us? We love to deal with a rude person. How many of us can say that we do? Or an unkind person. You're not kind. You seem a little angry. Why are you angry? We're just talking. Or judgmental of others. No kindness, no grace, no mercy, no understanding. Friends, we have we've got to do better with this. If we're followers of Christ, how much of that has to do with the way that we know Christ to be? We're following Christ because there is no better person, no better, one to follow. Are you kidding? Look at what he did. Look at how he was. Look at how he is. Look at how he lived on earth. Look at the characteristics. Look at the love. Look at the mercy. Look at the gentleness, forgiveness, self-control. People are trying to kill him. He's praying for them. He's praying for their forgiveness and dying for it. Let's dwell on that for a moment. This is why we follow Christ, friends. But he suffered too, and well, we won't get into that. But anyway, so if this is you, friends, if you are guilty of this, friends, please change it. Engaging in affairs, please change it, friends. Having difficulty accepting responsibility for one's mistakes, accountability. Please change that, friends. Feeling validated by the hypocritical behavior of others. Feeling validated by the hypocritical behavior of others. See, look at them. Look at them being hypocrites. I told you so. No. Putting oneself first. Being highly observant. So these are all associated behaviors and attitudes of a hypocrite, friends. But let's keep. I want to keep going here. We're almost done, and we're an hour in almost. But okay, so positive aspects. All right, let's look at positive now. Hey, we can't just look at the negative. Now let's look at the positive too. Hypocrites are often discerning and able to read people. Okay, they are also attuned to opportunities that allow them to further their own interests. Because they're accustomed to living a double life, they're adept liars and are able to deceive others if required. Bueno, negative aspects. A hypocritical character abuses the trust of others and often will play upon that trust to get what he wants. He is comfortable with deception, so much so that the lie and the truth may become confused in his own mind. On the other hand, the unintentional hypocrite may truly want to behave a certain way but struggle to do so consistently. This lack of discipline can lead to insecurity, guilt, and more hypocrisy as he or she determines to hide this weakness from the world. Friends, that's good. Camera keeps cutting off every 30 minutes, but anyway, but friends, that's good stuff. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. They may mean well, friends. So it's not the end of the world, when you deal with someone who's a hypocrite, because a lot of times it's unintentional, but it doesn't excuse, their behavior and the wrong in it. And and the offensiveness of it. It doesn't excuse it, but it gives us a better, different, understanding of the foundation, or the cause, not the foundation, but the cause. So if you love someone enough, we should be willing to um, be understanding and have patience. But if someone is just refusing, to change, or to you know heed, to the scriptures, then you have to do what's best for you. You have to. But let's take a look at something here. So this is Philippians. Let me. Where are we at here? Okay. This is Philippians 2, verse 1. So it's really 3 that I want to go to touch on, but let's just touch on this one real quick. Um, so if there is any encouragement in Christ, any comfort from love, any participation in the Spirit, get that in the Spirit, any affection and sympathy, complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord and of one mind. Okay, do nothing from selfish ambition. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interest, but also to the interests of others. Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ, who though he was, okay, we won't, go through all of that because I'll get lost in that. But yeah, these are characteristics that he says to look out for. So if someone is, selfish, all about selfish ambition, if they're conceited, puffed up, thinking more highly of themselves than they ought to, be mindful. We have to be looking at these things. So yeah, I in conclusion, the takeaway I want you to get from this video is just, if you're single, there's things that we, have to, do. We have to take inventory of ourselves. And if relationships are all ending the same way with poor communication, or different feelings, and it's a kind of, it's a pattern, and you're hearing them constantly, or, well, more than once, then we should take this into consideration, friends. It could be something that we're doing or not doing, something that we're not seeing, something unintentional, and then we should be willing, to do the inventory, to do the work, to seek out what it is, that's, could be, contributing to the issue, and then be willing to change it, be willing to get in the word, and get a relationship with that thing and put some respect on that thing, and let it affect the way that we love and live and treat others. So yeah, if that's, you, and you're experiencing, breakup after breakup, and you truly want to be with someone, and you truly want to be happy, do the work, friends. It could be something that you can easily fix, or that you can start working on now, so that when you do meet the right one, you're prepared, you're ready, you have those skills down, and you're not allowing your past behavior, unhelpful, harmful behavior, to have an effect on your present. and getting in the way of you, your partner finding you, and or you finding your partner and your partner and whoever you find, seeing those, characteristics, in you. So, it's not for nothing, friends. If you choose to put in the work to address what needs to be addressed, you will. There will be a reward for that, friends, because there's always someone out there looking. And even if they're not looking for themselves, they're looking for other people. I got a couple, little partners that I'm looking for, and I will, make that connection if I find someone. But I also, before I make the connection, I have to give a full disclosure of what I know and what I'm aware of as far as how they are. Of course, I don't tell secrets and that people trust with me. I don't reveal that to someone that I don't know, but I, am honest about, okay, there may be some, things here. It's a great person, but there may be some, communication things there that, you may want to, okay. And yeah, so anyway, so I'm looking for, for others. But yeah, my point was, even if you're not looking for yourself, you're looking, if someone isn't looking for themselves, they could be looking for others. So just be ready. Like the ten virgins, with the lampstands. Guys, we just want to be ready. We want to be prepared. We want to be ready, period. So, guys, this is over an hour now, and I may just put it up just how I did it, just to get some videos out there, guys. And this one, I took a little time, but I think it was good. I did a little research. I felt that this would be helpful. Probably do another one eventually. I like to try to make them a little shorter. That is not always the case, though. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, for your viewership. If you want to support the channel, continue, to like, comment, subscribe. And I will forever be grateful and continue, to bring videos, like this, sharing my faith and sharing my personal experiences and what I've learned. So, in hopes that you guys will get, something from it. So, and then if that happens, then I didn't go through certain things for nothing. So, anyways, I thank you guys again. God bless each and every one of you. Always remember to be and stay encouraged, and go find someone you can encourage, friends. Go find someone you can uplift or pour into, or just say something, to encourage a smile or encourage something, something positive, guys. All right. Thank you guys again. God bless you. And until next time, peace.